Hello, darling. Welcome back to my channel. So we are just continuing to work in the Grungy Spring 8x8 folio junk journal. So far I've put together, sorry about that, mailman came by. So far I have put the folio together, so it's just an 8x8 like this. And it is vertical, so it's going to open like this. This is the top. And then I have two signatures inside. I bound them with just a simple stitch on the side, on the top. So far we have this page, which is a flip up. And then on this top side, I have just like a top corner tuck. And then I just put some, stenciling here. And then we have this page, which is an open up. I went ahead and put some, did I pull that up? No. I went ahead and put a piece of Velcro there, but it looks like it pulled this up. So I have to just be gentle with it. Gentle, gentle. And then I put a pocket in. So I put a pocket here. This is a journaling card. Haven't put anything on the back yet. Not sure I will. But it fits beautifully just like that. So that is Velcroed, both of those. And so today I'm going to work on the back side of this. And so I don't want the text to show that it's all upside down. So I got out some of my, and a lot of people use gesso and, paint and different things, but I like this chalk paint. It's a matte finish, and I just think it works great. And so I'm just going to shake it up just a little bit, and then I'm just going to sporadically put some on just so it looks a little bit distressed. And of course, it's white, so it's not going to... it's just, I'm just going to, just kind of put some on. Mostly on the edges. I'm not worried about the rhyme or reason because I'm kind of going to cover this up. But I just kind of want to cover a little bit of it up. Just so you can't see, a lot that it is. Maybe I got a little too much on that side. But it dries so quick, and that's what I love about it. It's just, it doesn't, it just dries quick, and then it just kind of covers up the text if you don't want to see it. And so that's what we're going to do. Just do that, and then let that dry. Okay, we're going to let that dry. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make a pocket that fits. It's really going to be a belly band, so it'll fit pretty much. I did just a little test, but it's going to be this big, so I want to put it right in the middle. And then I'm going to have like a little booklet that'll fit inside of there, that'll open up and have pockets. And then the way I'm going to adhere this is I'm going to glue it at the top and the bottom so it's like a belly band. But I'm going to put on each side, let me see if I have one here. We're going to make some coin envelopes. And so on each side of this, I can put this down because it's going to dry. I'm going to put one on each side. So we'll slide one in this way, and then the other one will slide in this way. And they'll kind of meet up in the middle. But then that way I'll have 1 and 2. Cool. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. So while that is continuing to dry, it will not take long. I can tell you that. Get out some of your... These are the two pieces that I'm going to use as far as the... I'm going to use this as my booklet. And then this is going to be this pocket, okay? So what we want to do is we want to cut this down to 8.5 by 8.5, and this is already 8.5, obviously. And so we're going to cut this other side 8.5. So I'm going to pull over my cutter, that aside. And then we're going to cut this. I kind of want the pink to show. So let me cut off this other end. And then we're just going to do it to 8.5. So it'll be 8.5 by 8.5. And it's going to make about a 5-inch center. So that way we can have a bigger card to go in the middle. So I'll put that aside. So let me get out my scoreboard. So this is an 8.5 by 8.5. So we're going to just put it to the 6. So I have 6 up here and 6 over here, and this should line up perfectly. And so I want it to be 5 inches. So we're going to go over 2.5 this way and 2.5 that way. That equals 5. So it'll be 1, 2.5. So I'll come down here, hold it, and then this will be 1, 2.5. And then we'll go like this. Now I did it so that this is going to be on the inside and this will be on the outside because I think it'll look good. Okay. And that's all you do. You're just going to fold it. We're going to decorate it. Maybe put a little button or something on it, like I did some other ones. And I think I showed you those already. And I could use them, but I'll go ahead and show them to you again. So I made this one. I was just playing around, but I made this one, and I had made it, and I think I told you this. I put just some dictionary page on the back, put some washi tape, just a little sentiment, and then I had this one on the inside, and I thought, that's too busy. That's just too busy. You don't even realize that there's anything there. And so I was like, let me redo it. But anyway, so this is what it looks like. I just embossed this card, put a little flower on there, made a belly band. And so I thought, well, let me make something different. So I made this apricot one. And then I thought that looks so much better, like that. And then I made this and embossed it to go on the side. And so it was just supposed to be just for, one side. And we may even put this in there. I don't know. And then, so I was like, well, I have this left, so what can I do? And so I found this blue that matches so, so well. And then, so I thought, that'll be perfect. And then I put a button on, but then I haven't made anything else. So that is going to go to the side. And so we're going to make a new one, because I really want it bigger. I want it to fill the whole page. I don't want it to be 4 inches. I wanted it to be 5. So I'm going to get out my trimmer, and I'm just going to trim these corners off, these little triangles off the end. And just so it, is even. And save these, because I used one of those for that's what I realized, where that little corner piece came from that I used on the flip up. You remember we used this, and I had this corner piece, and I was like, I don't even know where it's from. Well, that was what it was from. So save those little pieces. Okay, so this is what we have. And so I definitely want to ink it. So we're using Vintage Photo. So let's ink it up on shut. And this is going to be glued down, so we don't have to ink everything. We definitely want to ink that. And then we want to ink this part over here. This part down here. And then all of this. And I'm thinking maybe I want to round the corners to soften it up just a little bit. And then it'll go like that. Okay, so let's soften the corners? Yeah. Let's do it. So let's just do the biggest one. The bottom one really doesn't matter, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. And I kind of want the pink on top. I'm going to make the sides with this really pretty turquoisey blue. I think it'll go well. So that's what I'm going to use. So that is that. So I'm going to use that. So anyway, so I'm going to, instead of keeping this one on top, I think I'm going to just do the pink so it won't be so in your face. Okay, so there's that. So do I want it to go like this so that you see this at the top? Yes, I think I do. I think I do. Okay, well, guess what I didn't do? I didn't ink those. Okay, so decorations. What do we want to do? Now, I definitely think that a button would look really cute on this. And remember that pink button that I had? There was that, my drawer of buttons is right here. I don't know if it was in here. That one's pretty too. Let's see what else we have. I have a pretty green and then just a dark gray. Even just a white would be pretty. That's not really a turquoisey color, but now this is, no, that's more green. Let's see. I've got brown. I'm going to tilt it this way because there's more sun coming in. I didn't get to do the coffee dyed paper like I wanted to, you guys, because it's been overcast and it's so crazy. It's been sunny, but just, it's supposed to rain for Easter this weekend. I'm just not very happy about that at all. Have to move everything on the inside. And that's just not what I want to do, you know? Okay, I'm kind of going with some pastel-y, so I'm going to just soften it with, I think I'm going to do this one. I like it. Okay. I like it. It matches but doesn't, so I mean, you know, that's what I like. So, do I want to do the little stitching? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. If I can get, I just used some wax thread that I had. And I used a brown because I wanted it to be just a little bit of, but I had an extra piece. Waste not. Waste not. Okay, let me see if I can get this threaded. Yes, yes we can. Okay. So, I'm going to get out my little punch board. And then I'm going to put it where I want it. And I think I'm going to do it about right. It's just for decoration. Can you see me? It's just for decoration. It's not like it's going to be a functioning one. But I still want it to be, I like to punch my holes first, just so I know exactly where I'm going in. So, I'm just going to go up one and down the other. And then come up this one. And then go down this one. And just, that's it. It's just a simple stitch, just so that you can see the thread. And then just tighten it. Okay, I'm going to turn it over. And I'm going to put this one through that. There's a little loop right there, so I'm going to put that through just to anchor this one. And then I'm going to tie it. I's gonna tie it so that it will stay. Big loop. And then one more. Do it over the top. Okay. Scissors. Okay. Yes, that's cute. And it matches. Yeah. Okay. So there's that. And for right now, I'm just going to leave that as my decoration. It's going to be so busy with the other thing in it, so I'm going to just see, I kind of like that look. It's a simple, but, you know, maybe with a sentiment or something on it. So let's just glue it down. And I guess I'll use Art. Mr. Art. Okay, so I can kind of feel with my fingers where that is, and I definitely want to get some extra glue right there. And then I'm just going to put it down. Make sure I didn't go over. Maybe just a little. I'll just push that down like that. Okay, so there is that. So we're going to put that aside. I'm going to put something on top of it. And then we're going to make our little booklet. Come here, Mr. Chalk Paint. Okay. So the thing about the booklet is that it's going to be, that is 5. So I definitely need it to be 5 inches because you want it to fit pretty snug so that it won't come out. I'm going to turn it over. So this is going to be, the left-hand side is going to be, once we turn it over, we'll fold and then fold. Okay, so the right-hand side is going to be the closure flip. So we're going to keep that to the right. So if we want it to be 5 and then 10, we're only going to get 1 inch. So I'm going to do just 1/8 shy of 5. And then that way it'll fit snug. But I'm actually going to do 4 3/4 on this one. 4 3/4 on this flap. And then we're going to do 10 minus 1 on this. So this one will be like 1/8 bigger. And then we'll have just a 1 inch flap on the end. And I'll show you what I mean. So when we fold it, that's going to be 5. And see, we have just a little bit of room. Then that way it's not just sitting right on top of it. So let's see how that works in there. So that's going to be a pretty big one, but we definitely need to cut it down. Oh, it's too big. What did I do? Oh, good. We can have a little bit more on the flap then. Good, good, good. Okay, so we need to go. Okay, so this minus 2 is 5. I'm just going to take it. I don't know why that's not. I'm going to do one more. So it's basically 9 6/8. And then let's get it on that last fold. It gives us a little bit more room. So let's see. Yeah, that's much better. I think I did it one over. Yeah, and then that's going to fit snug, and it's just going to slide right down in there. Perfect. Okay, that's good. So let me give you those measurements again. So you're going to do 4 3/4, and then you're going to do 9 6/8. So 9 1/2 plus 1. So that's 6/8. So, and then that gives you your flap on the end. And if you want it to be the other way, then you can definitely, you know, do it over here. You know, put this flap over here, or turn your paper so that it's upside down. But I like mine to be like this. I don't know why I always put it on the left-hand side. I don't know why. Okay, so I could use a little decorative, but it's going to take quite a bit off. So I think I'm going to just ixnay that and then just keep it the way it is right there. So let me put this aside. Now I do want to cut it down because I don't want it to be, I don't want it to be that tall. And this one is 8 1/2. Wait, let's see. That's going to be 7, I believe. Yeah. So 7. So I think I want to cut it to 7. So now we got to figure out if we're going to take it from the top or the bottom. So let me take a little bit from the bottom. And then I'm going to have to end up taking quite a bit from the top. But I want to get right there where those pots are. Okay. And then we'll take it to the 7 mark. Still pretty. Still looks good. And you're going to be able to take it out, so you'll be able to see the back too as well. And then I'm definitely going to round these corners. So let's round those. And Bubba is ready to come in, so hold on just a minute and let me go get him. I bought him a bunny for Easter at Sam's. So if you hear some crunching, that's what it is. He has that stuff in his ears that makes it crunch. And then his whole body, he's a really big little rabbit. And my husband hates when I spend money on toys, but it makes him happy. You know, I mean, he like really, really perks up and he gets happy. So I'm like, I gotta do it, honey. And they were on sale at Sam's, so I bought one. I think it was like $10, but and you know, he does tear them up, but he's also very good. I had bought him a set that had like 5 toys in it. And the first ones he ate pretty quick. And when I say eat, he doesn't eat anything. He just tears the stuffing out to get to the squeaker, which is what all dogs do. And so then I gave him the very last one, and it was it was like a coffee cup. He held on to that for 2 weeks. He did not bite it, eat it, or anything. He just carried it around, and we played, and so I told my husband, I said, see, he can have restraint. It's just that he gets excited, and he wants to, you know, he wants to play and eat. So anyway, he's like, that's just a waste of money. And it is. I totally get it. But, you know, I want my dog to be happy too. So anyway, if you hear something squeaking, that's what it is. Little Bubba. Well, he's not little, but old Bubba. Okay, so let's get this. Now, what do I want to put inside of here? What do I want? Let's see. I mean, this is a big, I can put a pocket and then a belly band. How about that? Okay, let's see what we have over here. Let's see what we have. Oh, I could put the library card in there. That would be good because we made that. And then I have all these pockets with, I still think this is just beautiful. Look at those eyes. Oh, I'm sorry. I just think it's so pretty. Okay, so those are the side pockets. And this is that little, that's pretty. I think this goes in there. I could cut it down, but then you wouldn't see his little tail. I could use this. Let's do that. Let's use him, and then we'll put the library pocket in there. How about that? That'd be fun. Fun, fun. Okay. Let's do. So we have so many pieces, so that's what's so fun about this. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this pocket here, because it's the bigger of the two pieces, of the two. And if I have to cut it down a little bit, I can, but I don't think I'm going to. Let me just really burnish that and then make sure that this folds over well. I'm just going to go ahead and cut just a hair off of it, because I'd rather be safe than sorry. Yeah, see, it's I need it to be a little bit smaller than that. It just gives us a little bit of room, you know, which means I may have to cut that card down too, but that's okay. And then I think I used the small one there. Okay, let's see what we're working with here. I think that's much better. Yeah, it gives us a little bit more room. So when this folds over, even have more that way. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Okay, I did not, when I cut these out, I did not ink them all because I wanted to do it at the time that I use them. So I am going to have to be using some time to ink. So go through your stash. You should have everything cut out too. I know lots of you are following along, which I think is awesome. We're going to have so much fun making this. And, you know, you don't have to do the way I am. Pick whatever one you want. But I just used one of the houses, and then I just put just the plain backgrounds on the inside. And then we're going to use this little butterfly and put that in there, and then we're going to have him. And so I'm going to cut it down to this flower, whatever that is. That way I'm not losing him. And I'm sorry if little critters bother you. I just think he's just adorable. Just adorable. Let me see what I did. Okay, I did this medium one. So we shall do that again. Okay. I don't want to have to cut them down, so I'm going to make sure that my glue is skinny. Skinny, skinny. That's not very skinny, Jennifer. That's okay. I can't slide my arm. I need to slide my arm. Yes, I have enough. Okay, this is over here, yes. Just making sure that I've got everything right. Boop, 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 boop. Yes. Make sure that's not coming through. Okay, that looks good. And then he has just some script background page. I'm not sure if I gave that as a freebie or not, but just if you have some coffee dyed paper or some digitals that are just plain, that's what I did for a lot of these. That way I'd have writing space on it. Because some of the ones that I did, like these, you can write on it for sure, but it definitely isn't neutral. You know, it's colorful, and it was really more for, you know, this kind of thing, just to be on the inside of stuff. So, and like these papers, they don't really need a whole lot because, you know, I mean, the images are just so pretty. I don't want to cover him up, nor do I want to cover the butterfly up. So see, that's so cute. And then we'll just put this here. Now the fun thing is that we can, you know, put it where I do the top, the side, and the bottom, and then maybe we can stick another little something in here. You know why? Because we got tons of somethings. Okay, so let me hold on to this side. Did I ink it? Yeah, this one's been inked. This was our freebie. This was the freebie I gave you guys. So let me just put some here. Curve that around. Come on down. Do the other side. And then, let me make sure I have enough on there, yeah. And then we'll just, is it in the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I believe that is, I can't see unless I stand up. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, so we have that down, and that at the top, and that at the bottom. And then there's that card that, and we need to put something on here, like a charm or something, just to have dangling. Because that, you know, you can see that, and that's it. And then, of course, you have the card that's behind it. I just love this one. I'm going to give you guys a freebie of this. Several people said they wanted it, and so I think there's like 8 of them, maybe 12. Why not? Why not? Okay. So, what can we put over here? I keep picking this up, and I don't know where it came from. And I think it was an extra piece. But this would look good in here. I don't have to do it right now. But anyway, so that is open, so we can put something in there. So this is going to go like this. And I'm just going to put one piece of Velcro in here. I have one left out of this set, but I have another thing in my... I have another thing. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think this one should go right here in the center. If you don't have any of these, go to Walmart. Or you can get them on Amazon, but I got mine at Walmart, and they were pretty cheap. And that way you don't, you know, you can just put it on your list to get. And they look like this. And that's it, Craftin Velcro, and they're very inexpensive. And they have this, I think there's 2 sets in here. And so they last a long time, but I'm done with those, and I'm like, whoop, I need to get some more. Okay, so let's fold this over and then put that down. Okay, so this is dry. So let's pull this over and put that in. And I wanted it to be tight, so I'm not, you know, worried that it's going to fit. But I do want it tight so it won't come out. Okay, so there, that looks good. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to make some coin envelopes to go on either side, so that they can stick in on the sides. And look at this piece, how awesome. I can decorate with that if I want to. If I want to. Okay, here's what you need for the coin envelope. You need a piece that is 7.5 by 7. Let me throw this away. 7.5 by 7. So let me get this. And then I'll do the 7.5 on this side. And I need 2 of these because I'm going to make 2, 1 on each side. And you can use different paper, whatever you could use book page, whatever it is that you want to use. I'm just using what I have. And it just, they kind of match, you know. These are all my Goodwill finds. Okay, so that's 7.5, and then this needs to be 7. So I'm going to have some extra little pieces that I can... Oh, am I shaking you guys too much? I am so sorry. Sorry. I'll try not to be so forceful. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to get out my scoreboard. Okay. So on the 7.5, so the one that's 7.5, you're going to put that at the top. We are going to score at 2 and 5.5. So we're going to do 2 and 5.5. Oop, don't go too deep, Jennifer. It's the only thing I don't like about this one. 2 and 5.5, okay? And then we're going to turn it to the right. And then we're going to score at 1 1/4. So 1 1/4. And then 6 1/4, which is, this gives, if you don't want the bottom to be that big, you can definitely do 6.5, and then you can get that little bitty lip. But I think on mine, I had, I have quite a big lip. I have to decide whether I want a big lip or not. I'm okay with that. So we'll do 6 1/4. Okay. So on the 6.5, we're going to do 2 and 5.5. I'm looking at a piece of paper just to remind me. 2 and 5.5. Then we're going to turn it and do 1 1/4 and 6 1/4. 1 1/4 and 6 1/4. Yeah. Okay, so this is the bottom. So what you're going to do is we're going to cut off these little 4 corners. So all we're going to have left is the tops and the bottom and the sides. So go ahead and get out your scissors. Now remember, when we cut, try to cut inside the line. Just so that we don't get that big hump from the scoreboard. And I just do them square. I don't curve in or anything like that. You can, and I do on some, but on this one, I'm just, you know, I'm just taking the right to the line. I feel wanderlust setting in. Do y'all ever get that way where it's like you just want to go somewhere? I guess because I was watching my little for so long, 4 months, and I didn't do anything. I barely even went anywhere, And I don't know why. I've just been feeling that way. Like, I want to go somewhere. Where do I want to go? I do not know. One of my sisters is moving closer. She lives about 4.5 hours away, but she's moving to Houston. I'm so excited. I really am. And they're getting a house with a pool, so I'm really excited about that too. It's like, hey, I'm coming up for the weekend. Oh, and I will too. Oh, I will. Anyway, I just feel that feeling, and so I need to scratch that itch, and I'm definitely going to be figuring out somewhere I can go in the next couple of weeks. Okay, so there we have it, and here's all our pieces. I do keep these, especially these bigger ones, because I just don't know what I might need them for. So for now, I'm going to keep them. So let's go ahead and fold, and then we can see if we need to make any adjustments for this. And then what I do is I do the big corner rounder on the top, and then I do the smaller one, or the mid one, on the bottom. Okay, so there we go. And then this is going to fold up like this. Now, on the yellow one, I put it through the embosser, and I don't know if I really love this look. I mean, I like it if I didn't decorate it, maybe. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that or not. Oh, and then I definitely want a round, so I'm going to do the middle one on that. That was weak. Okay, so yeah. So I'm going to do the middle one. Maybe I didn't give it enough oomph whenever I... See how it's just kind of like leaving a little piece? Okay, so then we'll do this one. I mean, this is pretty quick. I mean, you know, making these. And write those measurements down. Okay, so this is the top. I use the big one. This is the bottom. I use the medium. And then I use the medium on all of these. I don't know why, but I kind of, and they don't have to go, we can close the top if we want to, but I don't know. I like it, like, sometimes I just like plain, but, and then, you know, just like to maybe do some, you're going to see all of it, so I'm going to go ahead and just ink the whole thing, because, you know, you're going to be able to take it out. What's wrong, Bubba? What's the matter? Where's your baby? Did you get baby? This kind of looks dark on this blue. See, told you he was going to make noise. Of course, I said, where's your baby? So he's going to definitely go get it. Okay, and then I need this one up here. Okay, so let's go ahead, and you decide which way you want it to go, if you want it to close on the left or the right. And then once I glue it, then... So I'm going to glue it like that. So I'm going to put some glue down on this edge here. Just a strip all the way down. There's something on there. So I'll take this all the way down. And then I'm going to do the same for this side. So I'm going to just go on the edge. And then when they overlap, I'll get one there and one there. And then just hold that down. And then I'm going to glue this. I'm not going to take it all the way to the opening because I don't want to get any glue there. So I'm just going to take it and put it right there. And then voila, there we have a coin envelope. And you know what I also have is I have a Tim Holtz die cut that has all of those. Let me see if I have one just available. I think I do. No, I don't. But that has the little slots in it, and that wouldn't look bad on here just to give it some extra stuff. But I don't have to do that. So we are just, I'm trying to make this video shorter because I know you guys just, you know, an hour long is just too much to follow along, especially every day. And I get it. And I know people that do, and believe me, I watch them, but you might not have the time that I do. So, I just want to do the gist of it. And then you can decorate how you like. And then I will decorate. And I think that that makes wonderful time together, don't you think? Because we're kind of building the base thing together. But I've one lady that did the created a journal with the Nurture Your Inner Child kit. She did hers pretty much like mine, but she did some little extra things that I thought were just beautiful. And but it's fun. It's fun seeing how everybody does their journals, you know. So anyway, I'm going to put this up. And then we're going to glue. Same thing. I'm going to put this one on the outside. And then this one here. And they're going to be going the same direction, but that's okay. And then we'll put some down here. And then push that up. Okay, now after we decorate or you do whatever, just remember that when we put them in, we're going to go ahead and put it in the book. So let's pull this out. Bubba, it's okay, honey. I'm not sure what you're looking at, but don't start barking, okay, babe? Okay, let's do this. Okay, so we have this one. I think this one turned out really good. I just love it, and I love the flip. And then this one looks really good too. Got to be careful with that extra piece of Velcro. I don't want to rip that page. Okay, that is all dry. So we're going to put this in like this. And then we're going to have one that's going to slide this way. So when we put our whale tail tab on it, it needs to be on the right side. And then when this one goes in, they're just going to maybe, let me see how they're going to butt up. They're going to stick out about that much because I want them to kind of hit and butt up like that. So, but yeah, that's going to be really cool. And I am like so okay with that they look just like that. So, and I don't know yet. I don't know if I want to do black. Because this journal has a lot of black in it. I've got some polka dot ones, which the colors do go. But I can also cut some more. I don't have to use just that. Just these. And then I also have brown, but I don't think that would look, let me see. I don't know. I like the black. I'm liking the black. And I need to make sure, like, see, this one is sturdier. So I think some of these are like a 24 pound, and then some are a 65 or 80. And that's what I want to get. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to cut this right here. We have made everything for this, and so that's all we're going to do. So just put this down first in the center, and then these will go in, one on the right, one on the left. And then when you come back, I'll have this decorated. So the next time I see you, which will be Tuesday, I'm going to film, have a video uploaded Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Wednesday will be Wacky Wednesday, which is just whatever I feel like doing. And I'm hoping the sun is going to play nice. And actually, it's sunny right now. But I want to do some coffee dyed paper with designs for you. So anyway, but see how you can, and I think I'm going to do a little stenciling of some sort on the outside a little bit before I put this down. So anyway, that is what we have going today, and I think it looks great. I think that, you know, we have this in here and got a little Velcro. So that was a fun project. So you do that, you decorate and make yours all gorgeous, darling. And I shall see you on Tuesday. So you have a fabulous weekend, fabulous Easter with your family and friends. But remember, you only know what you know till you know something different. Bye-bye, my friend.